Hi everyone, it's
Hello everyone.
Houmi here. We haven't really rehearsed this or practiced this yet, so if we do talk over each other, just send us a little message on the side there saying, "Hey guys,
We are improvising.
yeah, we're improvising." But
if you have any questions, just pop them in there.
yeah, but welcome to lunch with us today.
Yeah.
And today's topic that we're talking about is all about the upcoming summer break. So for many people, it's a great opportunity to relax, to just let their hair down, to enjoy being around their family and friends. For other people, it can sometimes be a bit of a stressful or an anxiety-filled period because they haven't had as much work coming through. They're worried about finances, understandably. So really what we want to do today is talk about things you can do to help start 2018 off with a bit of a bang, to hit the ground running and to feel that you've got a bit more control than what you may have had at the end of this year. Isn't that right?
Yes, that's true. And it's also a good time to relax or rejuvenate if you can afford that. So you will have to spend some time with yourself or your family, or take some time off work to relax. And it's really important every now and then to fully disconnect and recharge. A lot of us don't focus on how important that is, but it actually helps you to be more productive during the coming year. So that's another thing we can talk about today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I guess that's a really good point to start off with, is that if you do have the opportunity to actually take some time out and to rest and relax, by all means, go ahead and do that. It doesn't have to mean going away somewhere for a week or 2 weeks. It could mean even just doing something that you enjoy that isn't work related. So whether that be going to an exhibition, catching up with friends and having a coffee. I personally like to just sometimes get a book or listen to some music and just shut out the world. For me, as a bit of an introvert, that's an awesome way to unwind.
Well, as two introverts, I like cleaning up and tidying up everything and putting everything in order. That
sounds fun.
I'm not boring at all.
I could see this almost turning into a dating profile.
Yes. That awkward moment. Anyway, but aside from being able to spend some time to relax and rejuvenate, as we talked about, it's also a really good time to spend it to build your CV and resume, or specifically within our industry, which is the creative industry. It's constantly important to update your folio. And if you haven't had the time to do it, we all know that if you are a professional freelancer, then you get so busy with work that you don't have the time to update your portfolio. And this is a quiet time that you will be able to go through all of your projects and create different, like the type of folio that you think would be most suitable for 2018 for you. And same with your CV. If you're someone who is currently employed, you might be looking for permanent opportunities down the track. It's a really great time to go through what you've been doing in the last 1 year to be able to articulate it in the best manner possible that will reflect what you've been doing and what you're looking forward to doing in 2018. Yeah.
I think it's really important also as well to look at your online presence. If you have a LinkedIn profile, for instance, really take a moment to go in and update it. It doesn't hurt to do a bit of a Google search on how to do a great LinkedIn profile, because that's something that a lot of people will use. If you have a Behance profile, if you have a Loop profile, there's all these different online profiles that people will use to help present themselves out there a little bit further and to be found.
Yes, while we're on Behance and Loop profiles, one of the things is that if your work has really evolved during the years, and there are some old works from 2010 seems like modern, but it's a long time ago. It's a really good time for you to maybe be able to clear those work, because you're not at the same stage anymore, and you will be able to show where you are today.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, lifting up your profile. And for example, when you come to the digital industry, a lot of people may have had a traditional background, and there are a lot of old traditional or old like campaign related or print design work that they're not doing anymore, but it's still there, which does not reflect who they are these days and what they're looking forward to doing down the track. So it's a really great time to scale back a little bit and represent what you think reflects your skill sets and what you're looking for the best.
That's a really good point. Yeah. And you know what? if you're finding that, apart from Houmi's phone, there are other things that are coming to mind for you about, what you would like to develop further into, and you've got this downtime, then now's a great time to be able to actually start exploring and upskilling in that area. If you look online, there's a lot of really inexpensive or even free training options out there. And I know personally that when I'm interviewing people, and I'm sure Houmi gets this as well, one of the questions I'll ask is, what area would you like to develop further into? And without doubt, the number one response nowadays is digital. Now, digital can mean a lot of things. It can mean web design, it can mean social media, it can mean UX, UI, front end, back end, any end. It really is quite broad and diverse. And so if it's an area that interests you, then start to explore it, because, the need for people that can do EDMs is not going to go away. The need for people that can do social media graphics is not going to go away. The need for WordPress websites is not going to go away. And these are all really easy things that any graphic designer should be able to do right now with only a little bit of additional training. So, yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't have, there are some people who enjoy reading and some people don't enjoy reading. If you're the type that doesn't enjoy reading, there are a lot of podcasts available these days.
Oh, yeah,
and for example, on my way to work and back home, I get to spend 30 minutes listening to podcasts, and they're really educative. Informative, yes. So you get to learn a lot about an industry that you may have an interest in. So you might have a perception that you like an industry. By listening to this, you may realize that you don't, or you may say that, oh, I love to do this. And that provides you with the opportunity to learn a little bit and help yourself grow. And you can do it anywhere, while you're commuting or when you're just relaxing at home, anytime that you like. And that would really help you push yourself.
Yeah, I was just distracted by Oscar rolling around the background. No, he's not naughty. He's great. YouTube is another great resource there as well. If you use the filters, you can find tutorials that go for 30 minutes plus within the past 6 months, which can really be great if you're looking for information on new features or skills that are out there at the moment. So definitely take the opportunity to upskill if you're feeling anxious and nervous, because it means it's another string that you can add to your bow. Let's talk about it. If you are feeling anxious and stressed, in some ways you almost need to learn how to be able to accept that this is a situation that you're in. The fact is that this time of year it does get a little bit quiet. There's no guarantee that over that 2-week period work's going to come in. Maybe it's just that you need to find a way to be able to accept that that is what it is, but to be able to also utilize that time in a really productive way to get you focused and to get you prepared so that you know that you're going to step into 2018 absolutely putting your best foot forward. And that comes back not only to updating your CV, updating your folio, and updating your skills, but just being really consciously aware about what it is that you need to achieve each week to get the outcome that you want. And what I mean by that is, how much do you want to earn next year? What is the salary you want to earn as a freelancer? If you know that, you can break that down to what amount you need to earn each week that you're working. And, how many jobs is that, or how much is it per hour that you need to do? This is all the stuff that it might sound really obvious, but I can lay a safe bet that most people aren't approaching it in this way. And because of that, they're really unclear and unfocused about what it is that they want to achieve in the new year.
Defining and verbalizing what your goals are really help you get there better, because in our mindset, it could be quite vague. And by verbalizing it or even writing it down, it will help you to have a clear vision and putting the right course of action to get there as well. And you will be able to look at different avenues you can explore to get there. So if you are a freelancer, there are a lot of different avenues you can look at. Is it establishing your own relationship with the people that you have within your network, contacting different recruiters, so because each recruiter has relationships with different companies to expand your opportunity out there.
Even people that they do great illustration work, create a side business with t-shirts. There's lots of different revenue streams that you can do, and the more that you start to set up different revenue streams, the more you can safeguard yourself when things get a little bit quieter with freelance. And be really clear about who your client is. That who are you selling your service to? What are the problems that they have that your design solutions are going to provide answers for? Getting really clear around this, I think people perceive brands as being these big things that only large corporations have. And it's not. You are your own brand. You have your own story. You have your own niche market. Focus on that, because I've seen lots of small businesses, in some cases sole designers, set up themselves as a brand, get out there as niche specialists, doing talks out there as well, and they're absolutely killing it this year. And it's really because pretty much every business, that's right, Bernie, it's because they have a really clear focus about who they're selling to, what they're selling, and what are the solutions they provide, and they can charge good money for that.
Yes, and on the topic of niche, of more targeting a niche area, I'm just creating some videos right now. I've posted the first one where I talk about to specialize or not to specialize, and how to make a decision whether you should specialize in a certain area or become an all-rounder. That's a question that I get a lot as a recruiter. I just posted my first video. I'll post the link under this post as well so you can find it. And then I will have 2 more videos which I talk about the benefits and challenges of each option, which is whether to be specialized or to be an all-rounder. Depending on what you do, it could really differ. There's no one right or wrong answer that I can say it's good to be specialized or to be an all-rounder. It depends on what you do, how you do it, and which sector you're doing it within. So if you want to check that one out as well, it could help you a little bit.
Yeah. If you also look on my LinkedIn profile, connect with me if you haven't, you'll see that I write a series of articles. The most recent one I wrote focuses on this very topic that we're talking today. And I go into a little bit more detail there, perhaps a little philosophical, so I apologize in advance. But that's just how I am. It's the introvert again.
If you are a freelancer within the creative industry, I think it's really good for you to read Lawrence's articles. It's accumulated knowledge of 17, 18 years of working. Sorry, no. Okay, I thought so. All right, anyway. But he has some really good advice for you out there, so I highly recommend reading his articles. Some of them are even about financial management as a freelancer, so they could be quite beneficial for you.
Ariane asks, what do you guys think about content marketing? Really torn towards it lately or recently. I must admit, I don't actually have an opinion on this. I don't know.
Content marketing is it is a hotspot right now within the digital area, so it is really growing because how can I say, it depends on what you would like to do within it. Do you want to create it? Do you want to post it? Or there are different roles within it, but how can I say, it is somewhere that is growing. So if you invest in it, so that is an area that is going to continuously grow. That's my personal belief. I cannot, but that is something that I've seen growth within it in the last 3 years a lot. And there are even agencies that specifically only focus on content. So, and especially these days, because consumers or users or your target audience are not just reactive and you'd like to engage with them, creating really engaging content within digital environment is really important. So finding, and by content, it's not just copywriting or writing, it's how you create it. It could be videos, it could be games, it could be as a brand, how are you going to engage, or what is the content that you're putting out there for your audience. So it could be extremely creative. So that is an area that I personally think that is going to grow.
Yeah. Thanks for your question as well, Leonie, and for your
so
guest there. We can see that. So look, in summary, you know, the summer break's coming up. Most people don't really have a choice in the fact that they do have to take some time off. So you may as well enjoy it if you have to. And you may as well use that time and that energy that you have to set up for an amazing 2018. If you are around for freelance work and you are registered with us, please make sure you let us know if you are keen to hear about opportunities if they do come through, because they may, you know, our office closes on the 22nd of December, but our phones are not turned off. So if jobs come through, we still need to be able to fill them. Yes. And so it's good to know who's out there that's awesome and amazing so that we can offer those jobs to you. And of course, in the new year, give us a call, touch base with us, let us know what you're looking for, what's going to make you happy, and we'll do everything in our power to try to make that happen as well.
Yes, and I give one grandfatherly advice at the end of and then if you want to have so much fun, go have so much fun, but do take some time to yourself and relax and recharge. It's important as well, because if you party every day and then you have to come back to work and you may not have the recharged feeling.
But that's extrovert.
But if you're
Extroverts
extrovert, yeah,
make
sorry,
charm
I'm the boring stuff.
There's actually an article, it just feels like Lawrence just talking about his articles. I've got an article on my website or on my LinkedIn profile about introvert versus extroverts, and understanding where people get their energy from there as well.
Yes, and Ronnie, we do look forward to hearing from you. Yes, please feel free to contact us, and we look forward to hearing from you. And if any one of you have any question, if you see this afterwards, feel free to you can email us or leave a message here, and we will come back to you.
Awesome. But otherwise, thanks for joining us for lunch today. I must admit I had mine beforehand because I thought it was rude.
I'm really hungry.
He's really hungry. He's going to go and get down.
So I will wish you all really happy holidays and enjoy your summer break. And we'll see you soon.
See you next year.
Yeah,
Bye.
Cheers. Thank you. See you. Bye. Oh, it's not finishing.